What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco Delia and today I want to make an English video talking about my tips for meditation, my tips for Shambhavi and the whole Isha yoga program, because the previous videos that I made I received a lot of questions, so I want to give you my tips on the whole meditation thing, what to do for your personal growth, and what are some tips that I want to give you for a better and faster growth, and also to experience the whole meditation better. For those of you who don't know, I made already a couple of videos talking about my spiritual growth, my spiritual journey, and I'm happy because the last part of my spiritual journey was thanks to Sadhguru and the Isha meditation programs. I did the Shambhavi, so the inner engineering course, which taught a Kriya meditation called Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya. And then I did a lot of other things. I keep reading, I keep doing other things. I'm also doing Hatha Yoga, Angamardana, and other stuff, Bhuta Shuddhi. So I want to give you some tips on what I'm doing with my growth and what I would do if I would have to start again. The first thing that I would do, of course, is start with meditation already. If I have to give you a kind of exercise for meditation, if you already have a sense of personal development, you will end up eventually in inner growth. So of course the next step of evolving as a human being, as a species, is to evolve in consciousness. So that part is just by doing spiritual growth. Spiritual is not something esoteric or something magical. It's just that instead of looking outward for a response, for an answer, you just start looking inward. And when you start looking inward, you get that inward and outward is no different. So my suggestion would start to become at least a little meditative, which means that you have to do some exercises. There are infinite types of meditations or exercises to get meditative. Besides of taking care of yourself, you could start with, for example, I would start with Isha Kriya, which is a free meditation. You can find it on YouTube or you can find it in the Sadhguru app, which basically teaches you and exercises you that you are different from your mind and your body. These are just accumulations. And every kind of meditation that you will do, mindfulness, Kriya meditations, everything that you will do, they all work on different aspects, but anyway, meditativeness means that you start to differentiate yourself and detach yourself from the wrong identification from your mind and your body. So this is a huge step. I did it for 90 days and it improved me a lot. I will link down in the description my blog about it. And then if you find a guru or if you find someone, like when you go to learn some sports or whatever, it's better to go with someone who knows how to do it or had already do it. So having a guru or a spiritual guide is very important with that. So for example, I loved Wim Hof for a while. I read Eckhart Tolle and I read philosophy, Greek philosophy and other kinds of philosophies. But then just going for Sadhguru, it was something that just went natural for me. But you could find your guru or you could find anyone. So let your ego aside and just try to listen to these kinds of guys. I know we Western people are not so open on letting ourselves guide it because we have a huge ego. We want to do everything by ourselves. We don't like being in kind of groups or whatever. This is just crazy stuff. You just have to learn from someone that knows already what he's doing, and someone that has been through a spiritual awakening, has a different level of consciousness than everyone. So trust me, that level of intelligence of using the mind is very different from ours, and you could learn a lot. I would go through that. I would start reading and I would start going through a guru. So thanks to some kinds of guru, for example, Sadhguru teaches Shambhavi and other kinds of meditations and initiations, so you could go through that. And then I would start going to take care of myself with, for example, I studied Ayurveda for a while, so learning how to eat, how to breathe correctly, how to have the right posture, how to drink water, all these kinds of stuff really could help. This is how I would start. But now the second question people ask me is how to experience this meditation and mostly Shambhavi more. My suggestion is that I found myself, when you do the inner engineering course, they teach you 5 things like a crash course that you have to remind yourself every time before starting meditation. I will not go through that, of course, because it's copyrighted things, and you have to go through the course if you want to know them, because I'm not a guru, I cannot explain them well. But 3 things that I discovered by myself that are really good every time that I do meditations, not just Shambhavi, is that before starting meditation, of course, I remind myself of 3 things. This moment is everything that there is. So everything that has ever been and everything that will ever be is just in this moment. If you study Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, it reminds you of this thing, and this is crucial. He just got enlightened just thanks to living in the present moment. You get access to a level of consciousness and energy that is incredible. So just reminding yourself that now in this moment, in this room, you are here meditating. And the second thing that I remind myself is now in this moment, I let my ego aside, as I told you. I let my karma, my memory luggage aside. So my body, my past, my future, my plans, my schedule, everything. I let it aside for a moment, and I sit here without judgment for everything, for my thoughts, without judgment for my body, for what I feel, for what I hear. Without total judgment, seeing everything as it is, I sit here leaving my ego at the door. The third thing that I remind myself naturally is that it's all one. So everything is one. You and other people are not different people. It's just your mind, it's just your ego that thinks about separateness. But once you start feeling like you are a mother to the world, like Sadhguru says, everything is your own. The whole experience of everything around you is just created within you, created by your 5 senses, then everything changes. So I remind myself of these 3 things, and like meditations get really intense. And also another suggestion is during meditations, whatever you do, don't try to force it, just let it go. Just let it go. Live the moment is something that I'm discovering right now for everything in life. If you study law of attraction, the power of now, and all these kinds of different things, yoga, whatever, in the end, the secret sauce that you could like extrapolate from that, if you want to know, a simple concept is to just let it go. Let go of the past, of everything fresh now, let go of your memory, let go of your ego, let go. Just be grateful for what you have right now, and that's it. And also for the meditations, this is the same thing. Just let it go. You don't have to force consciousness to go through you. You are just a tool for consciousness to get through you. So you just have to be open and receptive about it. You can raise your energies by living well and doing yoga and other things. But you just have to be open, because everything is just right here. You only need consciousness that go through you as you're meant to be, but you have many obstacles that you created by yourself unconsciously. So once you start living more consciously, then it's done. You just have to be open. So just let it go. Everything starts to actually be all right. This divine intelligence start go through you because you create a space for it. The more space you create for it, the more this intelligence with no content, chitta, this dimension of universal intelligence without your ego, so without your personal things. It's of course huge. Instead of being just a gathering that you gather, it's the universe against you. If you put yourself aside and let the universe go through you, you get whatever you want actually. And I started to do it more consciously because of course during the past I always had periods like this, and I always noticed that I did it unconsciously, and the moments that everything was good, it was just because I let it go and just said, you know what, I worked too much on this, I spent so much time suffering for this, I tried to force it, it doesn't work, so I just let it go for a moment and then it works. So it's like the law of attraction, let it go. And now I try to do it more consciously, to let it go. So this is one thing that I could suggest you. If I have everything that, if you have any questions or whatever else, guys, I will be happy to respond you. Try to follow me on Instagram and DM me if you have any questions. You can DM me there as well. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And if I have any more ideas about these things that I want to talk about, I will make another video. So that's it. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.